What's up, guys, and welcome back to another Bet Records video here. You already can tell I got Josh and Justin here with me again here today for another fantasy football video. Make sure you guys are following this channel for fantasy football content, if not twice a week. We're going to be doing this all season long, so make sure you're following up with us. We also did some early Super Bowl predictions on our Instagram, so make sure you go ahead and check our Instagram out as well there. Justin, you were unable to make that audio podcast there. Oh, Josh just dropped in out of nowhere. Welcome back, Josh. Justin was unable to be there for our Super Bowl predictions. Justin, who do you got going in the championship this year, and who do you think is going to come out on top?
I believe in the AFC, the Tennessee Titans will make it to the Super Bowl, and they will match up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And who do you got winning it this year?
I got to go with Tampa Bay again. They didn't lose anybody. All their talent is still there. I think they're going to go 2 in a row.
There you go. That was Q-Tip's pick as well. Josh, who did you have going in the championship again? I forget. I'd have to look at the Instagram again because I posted it on there. But who do you got again?
I think I had Chiefs and Rams.
Yep. And the Rams.
Winning it. Yeah, with the Rams winning it all.
Yep. Rams going all the way. I had the Titans and Green Bay facing off. I said, forget Kansas City, forget Tampa Bay. Let's not see them back again this year. Titans bringing it home. Hopefully they can get their defense together because that is the weakest part on their team there. So, this is going to be the second video of week 1 here. If you didn't already see our Thursday night video for that one, make sure you're checking that out if you guys are interested. Did another FanDuel little thing there as well for that night's game. So make sure you check that out. We'll also do another FanDuel video, or I should say segment at the end of this video here. But first I wanted to dive into week 1 and kind of talk about some kind of games we think is going to go one direction. Josh, let's start with you here. I can scroll up if you need. What do you think is going to be a blowout game this week 1 here?
Off initial looks, I kind of want to see like a sleeper upset where the Bills-Steelers. I know everybody says the Steelers defense is hot and heavy, but the Bills are coming off a fantastic season. I think they're going to have a really good game, and I think that score is going to be a lot higher than people are anticipating. However, the biggest blowout I'm seeing is Green Bay versus the Saints is what I'm seeing. So. The Saints games are always shootouts. The only difference this year is that they got Winston and they don't have Drew Brees anymore. And I think without Drew Brees, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to pretty much smother that New Orleans Saints defense that's been pretty non-existent for the last 5+ years.
Yeah,
well,
no,
you also
definitely.
have to take into account that Jameis Winston was actually a gunslinger 2 years ago. Yes, where he threw the most touchdown passes and he did throw the most interceptions in the season, but at the same time, he was still slinging passes. So if you ask me, I think Jameis Winston still is capable of those shootout games, and I think he will actually play a good part in the Saints offense this year.
Yeah, hey, he got that LASIK surgery done. Yeah, he got the LASIK surgery done. He can see colors now this year. I think it's going to be a brand new Jameis Winston out there in that offense. The only downside, is, and we kind of talked about this on the podcast episode as well, the Saints are playing in Jacksonville for the first 7 or 8 weeks due to, the flooding from the hurricane down there and stuff. Technically, this is a Saints home game this week. Josh, do you think that's going to, give Green Bay an advantage at all throughout this week 1 game?
I don't think it's going to pose too much an advantage. I think it's still a home game. I'm pretty sure the home fans are still going to get their season tickets just like they normally do. I think it's still going to be packed with Saints fans, especially since the hurricane going through. Everybody's kind of looking for kind of an escape. So I think it's going to be pretty heavy Saints favored on that one. But we know as well as any Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers excels on the road. A lot of times I think he does better when he's on the road. Which is weird. I don't know how that works, but every time for Dallas, for example, every time he goes there, he seems to throw like 8 touchdowns. So,
yeah. Yep. No, definitely. agree with that as well. Justin, looking at this list here again, what do you got for your blowout game this week here, this first week?
I have Jacksonville stomping on the Texans.
Not a fan of the Texans, huh?
The Texans are starting Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
Like all that storm that happened in the Texans this offseason, they're going into the season with distractions. I don't think they're not going to have any chemistry come week one. As with Jacksonville, they have their hopes high, a number 1 draft pick, a new quarterback, hoping to be the face of the franchise. Yep. I think that they're going to come out hot and put a beat down on the Texans on the road.
Yeah, I mean, both teams have a lot to prove. Obviously, Jacksonville with Trevor Lawrence, even James Robinson, now that Travis Etienne, is injured. I feel like he has a lot to prove as well. Hey, you guys picked, went up in the draft order and got another first-round pick and pick some guy to replace me after my best year yet, probably, he's thinking. I think both, the quarterback and running back there have a lot to prove, as well as the Texans, just because no one likes them at all this year, kind of like the Lions. My other blowout game, too, that I'll mention here is this Jets and Panthers game here. I know the Panthers defense, isn't the best in the world. They're pretty average. Maybe slightly below average, but I mean, we got McCaffrey coming back. He's got something to prove after his injury last year, and everyone, is he going to be okay to play all season long? I feel like he's going to have a monster game. Sam Darnold, it's going to be his revenge game against the Jets. Week 1 here against Zach Wilson and a new offense there. Josh, what do you kind of think about that game as well? Do you think it'll be kind of even matched based on the quarterback situation, or what do you think?
I think that one's actually going to be one of the more low-scoring games of the weekend. I think the Jets have got a lot of pieces off this last couple seasons. They've gotten a lot of pretty high draft picks, and they've really utilized them well, in my opinion. Also, that Panthers offense, they're not really clicking right now. McCaffrey didn't really play that much last year. Sam Darnold's in a new system. The receivers, they got a couple new faces. I think both teams are going to kind of just be kind of sloppy, honestly. I don't think they're going to be clicking. There's no real synergy on either team. So I actually see that as one of the more low-scoring games of the afternoon.
Sure. Yeah. No, that is a good take as well. I think, and we'll just touch on one more game unless you guys got another one you guys want to talk about here. I'm just going to bring up the Titans versus the Cardinals here. That's going to be a gunslinger game. You think it's going to be a blowout just because of the Titans defense, Josh, or what do you think?
I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I think that's going to be probably the highest scoring game out of the entire bracket on here. Yep. I mean, Cardinals, their offense is stacked. Titans, their offense is stacked. I don't think either team has a very good defense, so I think that's just going to be a 30 to 40 game.
Yeah. Yep, I can definitely see it swinging that way as well. There,
anybody on the Titans or the Cardinals, I'd probably play them.
Yeah, throw them up there, throw them in as a flex as you need there. Mm-hmm. That's perfect. Speaking of fantasy, we'll get rid of that screen there. I was thinking a lot about flex positions, coming up for Sunday. And I actually took a look at our draft results and kind of those flex spots, are about round 6, 7, or 8 there, to kind of plug and play people. I'll kind of ask you guys the same questions here. I'll just kind of throw 3 names out there as a flex spot and give me kind of what you would play here. So we got Jamar Chase, wide receiver, Deontay Johnson, wide receiver, Odell Beckham, and then I'm also going to throw Courtland Sutton in there. 4 wide receivers there. Josh, we'll start with you again here. Jamar Chase, Deontay Johnson, Odell Beckham Jr., Courtland Sutton. Who are you putting in your flex spot this week?
I want to say Jamar Chase because I think he's going to have a decent season, but I don't really think he's going to do too hot versus that new Vikings solidified defense. They got a lot of pieces. I think the Vikings defense is going to be a lot better than they were the last year, back to kind of what Mike Zimmer is known for, is his heart-stomping defenses. And hopefully they see a little improvement on offense too. But I think Courtland Sutton's probably going to have the best day out of those groups. They're playing the Chargers, if I'm not mistaken.
That's a good question. Let me see if I can find out.
Let me see here. I've been looking at so much football stuff. It's just kind of
I know. I literally just finished my other two quarterback league draft here, so I am still kind of recovering from that. Let's see.
Oh no, they're not playing the Chargers. They're playing
Giants.
The Giants. Yeah. So I think Cortland Sutton's gonna have a big day. The Giants are pretty garbo. Their defense is pretty bad. Their offense is pretty bad. I think the Broncos are kind of going to stomp on them. I don't think it's going to be a crazy high scoring game. I'm guessing like 24-10 or something like that is kind of my guess at this point.
Sure.
Just because I think Saquon will have a couple good runs.
Yep.
But I really think that the Broncos offense is kind of push together, especially with Teddy Bridgewater having something to prove, and a fresh couple running backs. You got Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams.
Yep.
They're both looking to make a name for themselves again, I guess. So I think the Broncos offense is going to have a pretty good week.
Yeah. No, definitely. Justin, same question to you here. Jamar Chase, Deontay Johnson, OBJ, or Cortland Sutton in your flex spot this week? What would you have to go with?
I'm going to go with Odell because I don't even know who the hell those three other guys are.
That's fair. OBJ is the bigger name, of the group. We got a lot of the younger guys, Deontay Johnson, I believe, is second or third year for the Steelers there in that offense, playing against the Saints. That may be a decent one. That would be my pick. Throw a chance with Deontay Johnson. I know Claypool might take some of those, yardages away from him there. Just don't know if Baker Mayfield is going to throw the ball ever. I mean, yeah, he did a little bit last year. I just see them running the ball, and, it's the Chubb Hunt show, back there. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I don't really see that one that much there. Going and looking at a couple more players here. Let's just do one more. Let's do some ugly guys here. If you're real deep in your team here, we got Jalen Waddle, first-year rookie wide receiver, Miami. Henry Ruggs, Vegas running back, second or third year, I believe. We'll also throw in
running back,
wide receiver.
Oh, okay. You said running. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Gotcha.
Nope,
I was like,
you're good. Nope. If you're correcting me, you're perfect. Because I definitely could have. Because I'm looking at a list of 50 people. So, we got those two, and then we'll throw Mike Williams from the Chargers in there and be done. So Mike Williams, Henry Ruggs, or Jalen Waddle, 3 more wide receivers. Justin, let's start with you first here. What are you going to take a chance on week 1?
What were the names?
So I will read them a third time for you, Justin. Jalen Waddle, Henry Ruggs, or Mike Williams on the Chargers.
I'm going to go with Ruggs.
Ruggs. Interesting.
Yeah.
Josh, what about you?
I'm going to have to go with Mike Williams here from the Chargers, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm in on him. I'm in on Herbert this year. Yeah, I'd definitely take my chances on Herbert for sure.
Yeah.
If he does anything like he did last year, I think he's going to have a solid year.
Yeah, I would probably go with Williams as well. Probably, if you are feeling the upside with Tua in Miami, and want to try Waddle week 1, go for it. I personally have him on my team. I got some better players. I'm going to sit him on the bench until I need to use them, or we get some true, production out of that guy there. So that's kind of it for those couple flex spots. Hopefully that helped you guys. If you have some of those players, definitely let us know your thoughts and if you would have picked someone else for those there. Let's go ahead and move on to our FanDuel session here. Perfect. So As you guys know how this goes here, we got all the lineups here, or I should say all the games for week 1 here. We got the Monday game, the Thursday game as well here. As me and Cole did that last video for the Dallas and Tampa Bay game, we're going to try and stay away from those players and kind of mix it up because we got a lot of insight on those guys. If we got to pick ones that make sense for the salary cap, we will. Salary cap on the top right, remember, is $60,000. And here we go. Let's just go ahead and start with quarterback here. So you can see the salaries, like I said, on the right here. You can see the opposing team's rank versus that position currently. Pittsburgh supposedly, second best overall against quarterbacks for that position. Josh, we're going to start with you on this one. Do you want to punt a quarterback, or do you want to take one of these top, 6 or 7 quarterbacks here for this week?
I don't really care about the quarterback, honestly. I think there's a few good matchups that I would rather take over others.
Okay.
I think Josh Allen, or not Josh Allen. I think I'm pretty good on Ryan Tannehill this week. Just personally, I would probably take him. He's probably way down the list. 77. That's still kind of expensive, but I don't know. I think you could probably go way down on the quarterback list this week. There's a bunch of good options you could do, but Ryan Tannehill, if money wasn't an option, I'd probably go him.
Yeah. I know I'm just looking too here because we're doing a full lineup. If you couldn't tell here,
I would say Stafford, but I don't really like that Chicago matchup this week.
I agree.
I don't think he's going to do quite as good as he would in other matchups, but I guess we'll see.
All right, Josh, I'm going to make it easy for you here. Do we punt it and give Captain Kirk a chance here against this god-awful Cincinnati defense, or do we start off with Tannehill? We can always switch this up as we go, and if we need to, cut some money somewhere, or
I would say
go up in the list, we can. Start with Kirk? Yeah. Let's do it. I agree with that as well. Maybe we can stack it with a Thielen or something like that for a wide receiver, or Jefferson as well down there. Let's go ahead and go to running backs next here. Justin, I'll kind of start with you here, just kind of based on the games and the the opposing defense, I should say here. We did punt the quarterback, so that should give us an opportunity to get maybe one of these top 8 or 10 guys here for running backs, kind of give us some more wiggle room, I should say. Justin, want me to scroll down? Who are you kind of thinking for week 1 we should pick here for our first running back?
I think I would go with Derrick Henry. I think I go with Derrick Henry. Like we talked about earlier, it's going to be a shootout game, and I truly believe that Derrick Henry is going to be a big part of that offense. He's the face of the team right now, and with the stats that he put up last year, I expect nothing less going forward, and you got to take a gamble with him.
Yeah, that's fair. Personally, I think we got to go with more of a receiving back here, just because, I see Arizona, is kind of 50-50 with their rushing defense, I should say. I don't want to pick Dalvin Cook because we're going with Kirk here, but that would be, amazing right here. You see the 25th overall rank for that running back position there against the rush. Kamara as well against Green Bay. I like the potential for those kind of jump passes with Kamara. What do you think?
I actually do take back my Derrick Henry one. I think I would go with Kamara because if you think about it, if Jameis Winston's going to be a little shy to be throwing deep, he could just dump it off to Kamara. And Kamara's yards after reception. So, I changed mine.
Yep. Yeah.
I think Kamara's going to get a lot more touches this year.
Yeah.
I personally think we go heavy in on Dalvin Cook here. It is a pretty aggressive strategy to go stacking on your team when you have a quarterback, running back, receiver. We're already banking on Kirk Cousins as doing the job for us in Minnesota. I think Dalvin Cook is about to have a really good year, and I think with a weak Cincinnati defense, I think he's going to have a field day as well. So I'm in on the Minnesota-Cincinnati. I think that game's probably going to be a 30-plus point Minnesota day. but that's personal preference. I think Alvin Kamara would be a fine pick too to save $800. That's not a bad save because I think Kamara will put up probably just as many points.
Yep.
So it's kind of a toss-up.
Yep. No, I definitely agree there. You guys can pick whoever you want. I am going to be the third person vote here. I am going Kamara as well. They don't have Mike Thomas for week 1, so they got some of these new guys who are coming up in the preseason. I think Kamara is going to have a monster week, especially against that Green Bay not very good rush defense there as well. So let's go ahead and pick our number 1 wide receiver here. Josh, we'll switch back to you starting here. Do you want one of these top guys? Do you want me to scroll down a little bit? What are your initial thoughts here?
I don't think we need a top guy. I think we can go down a little bit and save a little money and go running back heavy.
And remember, too, we need 3 wide receivers here as well. So
I think we could go down
a flex
there.
Yeah. Yep.
And I think I'm pretty high on
and keep going if you want.
Godwin this week. I'm pretty high on him.
Yep.
I think he's going to have a pretty good fucking week against that weak Dallas secondary.
Yep.
So that's personally my pick for overall. I don't know if that's too high of a pick, but
no. Yeah, no, I wouldn't say it is at all. And me and Cole did pick him as well for that lineup for that Thursday game as well. I definitely think, honestly, it is a good pick here too. Just kind of comparing him to Evans, that $400 difference here. They're probably going to be close to the same numbers. It's a gamble 50-50 on either receiver there. I would go with Godwin over that. Justin, do you agree with Godwin here? Would you go with someone else to take a chance? What are you thinking here?
I would go up and take a chance with Stephon Diggs. Didn't he lead the league in receptions last year? I think he's going to still be a primary target for Josh Allen. And I expect nothing but breakout for Stephon Diggs because after they were eliminated by Kansas City, there was one picture of Stephon Diggs. He left the locker room to go watch them celebrate.
Yep.
So I think he has some fire in his eyes. So he's going to come out guns a-blazing, telling Josh Allen, give me the fucking ball.
Do you think it's going to be tough, though, with that Pittsburgh stout defense? They had almost the best defense last year.
Yep.
I think the Bills are going to run all over them.
Yeah. No, those are some good points as well. I don't hate putting Diggs up here, just based on since this is a week by week kind of thing here. And your fantasy team, if you got Diggs on your lineup, you're not sitting him unless it's his bye week or he's injured. You know what I mean? For sakes of this, just because of the opponent rank on here, I'm gonna go ahead and stick with Godwin on this one. I would not mind, I was looking at Allen, but they're playing against that Washington secondary, top 3 defense there. Julio Jones we could do as well with Arizona. We could maybe, double up. Let's grab Godwin because we do need 2 more wide receivers as well. And let's just stick on the wide receiver train. Do you think we need to, secure the bag with Thielen here and get this stack with, Captain Kirk on our team? Or, should we kind of look down the list here, Josh? Let's start with you on this one.
I would personally look down the list. I'm not so much into Thielen. I would say Jefferson maybe, but I think in this overall, I think he's too expensive for what we're trying to do. Yeah. I'd rather get some solid overall players and put it across the board than just bank on just one guy.
Yeah. Yep. Here's kind of the next tier here. The other thing too, is we can take, let's just say Julio since he's the top on the board here. And if we need to, adjust some picks for our tight end to get someone, we can delete it and always come back to pick someone else. So, Josh, you want me to scroll down? Who you think from this list? Keep going, man.
Here
you go. Robert Woods, 6,500. Still against the Bears, though.
I'm out on them. The only one I'm looking for, I'd kind of, I don't know if I like him, but, man, that's tough. It gets really tough down here for sure.
Yep.
I think Deebo Samuel would be a good pick.
Yeah, they play against Detroit. Jimmy G should be okay. We just think they're gonna try and run the ball a shit ton in Detroit that first week. I don't think that's a bad pick either. At the same spot there, he's only a little bit over 6,000 there. So I can keep going.
We can pick
Josh,
him up. Yeah, that's fine.
throw Samuel.
Samuel in there. Yeah. It's not a bad pick.
Yeah, I don't hate it. My only thing here, just looking at the other two players here, we got Brandon Cooks and CeeDee Lamb as well. Out on CeeDee, huh?
Dak Prescott hasn't proved anything yet. I don't like that Dallas offense at all this week.
All right, no taking a chance with Dallas right away this week.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good to me. Let's go ahead and throw Samuel in there for now and keep moving along here. What do you guys
top tight end here?
Take a tight end? All right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, let's go ahead and take a peek here. Justin, we'll start with you with this one. We're just looking at the top couple here. What are your thoughts against these defenses here again with the week 1 matchup coming up?
Travis Kelce going against the 30th ranked defense.
Yeah, I'm in on Kelce.
Yeah.
That may be in on there.
Yep, I'm in on Kelce.
Yeah, and again, that is for the position, so they're 30th, for defending the tight end spot, or whatever you want to call it. So I definitely do think that's a good grab as well. I mean, you look at the other teams here, you could take a chance on Kyle Pitts. I think just personally, we got to wait a couple weeks, see how they utilize him, see, if his big body is actually, going to produce. It should. I mean, there's no reason why you can't throw it to a fridge and close the door and fall into the touchdown, you know what I mean? But I think go ahead.
Does George Kittle look like a caveman this year?
A little bit. He's always had long hair, though, I feel like. No?
No, he didn't last year. I had him. His picture was completely different.
Really? Damn. Yeah, I only had him this year, so I didn't even look at him much last year. But
let's take Travis Kelce and let's move on here, huh?
Next, So we got 22,000 remaining, about 5,000 for the average players here. We got 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, a defense, and a flex position here. So, we only got about 4 spots here. We can probably get a sleeper for that flex spot there. Josh, another running back? All right, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So we're definitely probably not going to be able to take anyone probably above Elliott here for sure. Again, it says about average player 5,500 on the side there. I think we maybe, jump that a little bit with this running back spot. You want me to keep going down a little bit, Josh? You want to try and snag someone here? Okay. Yeah, let's take a couple peeks here. Going to 7,065 almost here. This isn't bad. I like Carson, kind of a lower pick. We got your boy Najee Harris right here, dude. And Gus Edwards here as well versus, Raiders secondary that hasn't been very good as well.
I'm on Gus Edwards, but I think I personally would pop in Najee Harris here. I think that's a solid start against Buffalo. I don't really like any of the other matchups. Otherwise, I would like Carson. I don't mind Henderson either, but he's playing that Chicago defense, and with Khalil Mack, I don't even want to touch that. And Gus Edwards is okay. It's a good matchup, but I think with Lamar Jackson running as much as he does, I don't think he's going to really see all that much.
Yeah. Yep.
I would have to take.
Go ahead.
I would take a gamble with this one, and I would go with Miles Sanders against Atlanta. Atlanta's not really consistent with their defense, and Miles Sanders is pitched to have a really good season this year after a great outing last year. I would take a gamble on Sanders.
Yeah. I don't hate that one either. I definitely think there's more of a ceiling here with Harris just because I think he's going to get every touch throughout the game. I think it hurts for the Philadelphia is going to struggle, for the first couple of weeks to kind of get his groove and figure things out. He might struggle the whole season long, and they just might
off to Sanders.
Yeah. You're right. It could be either a good thing for Sanders or a bad thing, and they only just run the ball and the defenses can see it coming, And I do see, Atlanta against the run, supposedly against their 7th. I remember they weren't that good last year as well. No. We also do have Swift down here. Josh, up to you here. Harris or Swift, lock one in. Let's end it. Swift is only $100 cheaper against the San Francisco defense. So San Francisco defense.
I mean, it's your call. Like I said, I'm in on Harris. I think you're the tiebreaker at this point between Harris and Sanders.
All right, Harris.
And besides,
we're going Harris.
Also, if the Eagles get in the red zone, if what you're saying about Hurts is true, if he's in the red zone or on the goal line, I don't expect him to do any passing. I expecting him giving it to Sanders to plow it in. So if they're in the red zone, I don't see Hurts throwing anything.
Yeah. I like that take as well.
Roethlisberger loves to throw the ball.
That's fair.
How many spots do we have left? One receiver, a flex, and a defense?
Yep, that is it. We got 3 left here. Let's go ahead and take a look at wide receivers here. You got to scroll down a little bit. We got to get to at least you want to look at defense?
Yeah, how much are those?
Yeah, take a look at defense.
Yeah. All right, we're sitting at 5,000. That ain't bad. Let's secure a defense, just to, get our one defense locked in, and we can play around with the rest. Josh, go first. Who you want?
The Denver Broncos. Scroll that bitch down. See how cheap those guys are. Denver Broncos against the Giants. That is a solid matchup. I think they're going to be sneaky strong. Whatever his name is, Mr. Jones, he's garbage, throws tons of interceptions, isn't very confident in the pocket.
Jones,
I think Denver's going to have a field day with these guys.
Yeah. Don't mind that at all, just to save, about $900 in salary just in case there. Justin, what is your take this week? Are we looking at one of the top couple guys here? Are we looking at something in the middle? Carolina, you look here as well. I kind of mentioned at the beginning about my blowout game, I should say, against that Jets offense. What do you think, Justin?
The red, white, and blue behind me. I'm expecting a big week 1 from the Patriots defense. They're now that we have a rookie quarterback, I think Bill Belichick's sending the message to and that's right. Matt Patricia, who was head coach of the Lions, is back as defensive coordinator, and we won 3 Super Bowls with him as our defensive coordinator. I think it was 2 actually, because he was gone in 2018. So with him back in that system, I'm going to see a much improved Patriots defense. I think that they're going to pressure Tua. They're going to get to him. They're going to get sacks, force a couple turnovers, and I think it's going to be a dominant defensive day for the Patriots. And they're at home too. And that stadium gets loud.
Yeah, I like that, especially with the Tua and, Waddle, that wide receiver rookie, maybe not getting, those first week 1 clicks in the book, might have some struggles there, especially against the Patriots defense. Do you know, defensive-wise, have they made a lot of changes in the offense, or I should say the offseason with their defensive core at all, Justin?
Well, we kept our captain, Devin McCourty, who's a big part of our defense. We also have J.C. Jackson, one of our cornerbacks. I think he was tied for most interceptions in the league last season.
Okay.
And I think, that's right. That's the only thing is I think Gilmore's out for 7 weeks. I didn't think about that. So, yeah.
You keep your pick even though Gilmore's out?
Let's keep it.
Keep it.
We got J.C. Jackson. J.C. Jackson, he led the league, tied for the league in interceptions. I don't expect anything less from him this season.
All right, Josh, I have to throw this out there because we talked about it at the beginning of the game, in the episode here. What about the Vikings defense here against that Cincinnati? Like I said, they didn't help out Joe Burrow by getting anyone in this offseason or the draft to protect him. He had the injury for a reason. He got sacked almost every other play. Do you think it's a bad idea to grab Minnesota here, or you still think that team versus the Giants, the Broncos, do you think still is?
I personally think an on-paper thing. Giants versus Denver. The Giants have nothing going for them. Joe Burrow can put up some points. So I'm not super in on the Vikings defense. I still think it's going to be pretty Minnesota favored, but I don't know if they're going to be able to do everything they need to do to give us the maximum points that we need. Because Joe Burrow is an accurate quarterback, I just think he's going to get pressured a lot and have to throw check it down or throw dump passes to the sidelines a bunch of times. Whereas Mr. Jones is just throwing bad passes because he's not comfortable.
Danny Jones. Yeah, I agree with that. I think Daniel Jones is going to suck again this year. Let's go ahead and grab the Broncos. Hopefully they get an interception or something for our team here, because I think that is very likely, especially since Danny threw an interception one of their last preseason games. I forget if it was the last one or the one before that, like 5-yard line or something into the touchdown red zone. So,
all right, last
right.
Take your pick. Tell us why. We'll lock it in.
All you, buddy. All right.
How much money you got?
We got 11,600. Left. Average per player is a little bit less than 6,000. We can go a little bit higher and get up something around 6,000 with the wide receiver here, and then pick something a little lower for a flex. We'll just kind of see, Justin, what your initial thoughts are and go from there. Let me know. Scroll up or down, whatever you need.
Keep going down.
There's our last Debo pick. We can look underneath him there. We got DJ Chark against a bad Houston offense there. Robbie Anderson against the Jets defense that hasn't done much at all.
I'm going to go with DJ Chark.
Yeah, take the chance on Lawrence week 1.
I think that Lawrence is going to be trying to say, okay, I'm the real deal in week 1 and scare everyone in the NFL. I expect him to throw a lot in week 1, and he's going to be looking for DJ Chark.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. Let's send it. I don't mind that pick at all there, especially, a little bit above 6,000. Yeah, go ahead. Let's go ahead with that one. And we got one more flex spot, 5,500 remaining. Let's go ahead and start there and see, like I said, if we need to make some wiggle room changes, we will do that. We got flex spots here. So this is, the tight ends, wide receivers, as well as the running backs. We're almost to 55. Here we are. So the only thought, initially I have when we were going to start looking at this list, I should say before we start, is if we wanted to look, at some of these 5,600 people, drop DJ Chark down and get someone about 6,000, take that kind of risk there and just move some money around, we can do that. Josh, initial thoughts on this, these picks down here. We got Judy.
Scrolling it down.
Keep going.
Yeah, scroll it down a little bit. And I think I'm taking Jamar Chase here.
You're going to take Jamar Chase, huh?
Mm-hmm. That's who I'm taking. Jamar Chase, he's one of Burrow's favorite targets. He was the top target when they both played at LSU. I think he's going to be his main guy. Everybody thinks T. Higgins is going to be his main guy, but the chemistry is there for Jamar Chase. They won a championship together. Burrow's going to be looking for Jamar.
Nice. Nice. Justin, what do you got here for these wide receivers? Let me start at the top right here again with Mooney, and I'll just slowly keep scrolling down. You just let me know when to stop scrolling here. We just need one more flex spot here. Get this last $5,500 spot up, and we'll see what our team looks like here.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go back up.
I want to say Cole Beasley, but at the same time, I don't know.
Yeah, they are playing against Pittsburgh.
That just makes me think that they're going to throw to him in the slot more.
That's fair.
Possibly. Keep going down.
Yep. Yeah, we'll keep going. UTN is out. My boy is out for the season.
Kobe Myers. That's a good one.
I'm pretty high on Kobe Myers this year, too, as well, actually.
Yep. I am, too.
Yep.
Tyrell Williams.
If you
AJ Green.
Go to Kobe Myers. I'm actually in on that.
Yeah? Want to send it?
I think we send it with Jakobi Meyers. He had an awesome He had an awesome preseason. Last year, he was averaging 7 targets a game. So I think he's going to do that, if not more, with the new quarterback and Bill Belichick really trying to reel back that kind of lackluster season they had last year. I think he's going to do pretty good in that New England offense.
Yeah, I definitely think, and I think we talked about this on our actual audio podcast, but everyone in that Patriots offense now has a Fantasy Football Plus with Cam Newton out. The number one running back in Cam Newton isn't there anymore. So now we got the actual running backs who are going to run the ball this year. Mac Jones, is actually going to throw the ball to these wide receivers and not run it at, the 2-yard line or something like that. So I'm definitely in as well for Jakobi Meyers. I mean, obviously I don't really have a choice since I got double vetoed on that. So that's fine. But no, perfect. So, we got 100 remaining in there. Any position for the players on our right that we want to see if we can squeeze someone better in, or do we just send this and this is it here?
I'd send it.
I like how this looks.
Yeah, I do like it as well. We got Captain Kirk against that Cincinnati defense for our quarterback here. We punted the quarterback, taking a risk there, but big risk with a high reward as well for these kind of FanDuel money drafts here. Kamara, we think, is going to be a beast this year, as we already talked about. Najee Harris, we're taking a risk on that upside. He should get a lot of volume. They don't want to just keep having Big Ben throw that ball. The less that he can get touched by any defense throughout this whole season is going to be a good thing for them. And him lasting throughout the season. We did talk about Chris Godwin a little bit on our video from yesterday. I think that is going to just be just a hammer throw gunslinger game the whole way there. What do you guys think? Who's going to win that game on Thursday night? This will come out the day after, but we'll see if you guys are correct here. Who do you think is going to be on top for Thursday night, and what do you think the final score will be for both teams?
Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay is going to beat Dallas single-handedly.
Josh?
I think it'll be it'll be a 3-score game.
3-score game, okay. I also have Tampa Bay winning this game. I have them winning pretty aggressively as well. Final score, I'm going to put it at 28-10.
Yep, I'm going 28-13. What did you say?
28-13. I upped it by 3.
That's what I was going to do too.
All right, 28-13.
Yep.
I'm gonna do 32-15.
Wow. I mean,
So
I don't know how they're gonna
in there or what?
Yeah.
Huh?
How do you get to 32?
And 15.
Well, 15 isn't that bad. I mean, that's just a shit ton of field goals.
I guess.
No, 15 is also 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion.
That's fair. That is fair.
32-15 and 28-13.
Yep, that's what I got as well. Keep going with the list before we close off here. We got Debo versus Detroit as well as DJ Chark down there. Travis Kelce, we took the best tight end here. I think as well. I'll agree. Yeah, I think he's going to produce, especially against that Cleveland, defense there. They're going to have a tough time, I think. They'll still be good, but it's Kansas City, dude. Can't go wrong there, especially with the tight end position. So Jakobi Meyers, I think, will be a good sleeper pick as well. I would debate putting him in a flex spot on your fantasy team if you got him. See what kind of happens after the first week as well with him. And then we close it off with the Broncos defense against the Giants there. Any kind of last thoughts on this team, Josh, before we send her home?
No, I think it looks solid. I think this would be a solid lineup if this is what you had going for you. I don't know how you're going to pull off Kamara and Kelce. But if you did it, kudos to you. Somebody just farted, but that's okay.
Thanks, Justin. All right. Well, what better way to end it off than some gas? You know what I'm saying? Let us know in the comments which team you're most excited to watch this first week, whether it's Jacksonville or even to see how bad Houston's going to lose this week. Make sure you guys are following this channel. We're going to have a ton of fantasy football content coming your way. Like I said, we're going to do a couple every week throughout the whole season, all season long. Make sure you guys are following us here as well as our Instagram to keep up with us. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.